Hey, Cowgirl Earth Magic School community. I'm so grateful to be here. Today we have a grand water trine culmination. Everything's been building up to this arrangement of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio in a perfect triangle in the sky. So it's just with those three water signs in a triangle shape, it's just a really perfect time for harmonious flow of emotions, intuitive and spiritual energy. So we're doing this grand water trine ritual to layer our ritual with that astrological energy in the skies right now. And our whole intention here is to open a channel for emotional release and spiritual renewal. So today we're going to work with water as a mirror and water as a medicine, allowing our feelings to flow freely, carrying away what's ready to be released, and filling the space with compassion and clarity. Because when you are releasing, you have to call in something to fill that void. You can't just release energy and leave that space empty. We're going to release and then call in clarity and compassion, which are also watery emotions, to fill that void. That clarity is going to come from your intuition and that compassion from your heart. So what we need today, a bowl of water. I just dumped what I had in here. I didn't realize I already prepped my water. So, don't dump your water on yourself. And now that I've emptied my water on myself, I'm going to fill with the moon water that I already apparently filled with this morning when I was getting my stuff ready. And it just slipped my mind. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. But it's perfect, collecting moon water to use for little rituals like this. But you don't have to have moon water. If you don't have moon water, that's just fine. Use any water that you have, or use a crystal like aquamarine representative of water. Use what you've got. You need 3 crystals: moonstone, labradorite, and rose quartz. So gather your 3 crystals and a candle, that water energy, clarity, emotions. Where's my candle? I'm using a blue candle that I did already burn a little bit, but it's not finished yet. So I'm going to use that up today. And an essential oil. So like lavender, that's what I'm using. That'd be for, calming, peace, clarifying, spiritually protective. Chamomile would be good for soothing, harmonizing, nurturing energy, or clary sage for clearing and intuitive guidance. Use what you've got. If you don't have the essential oil, maybe you've got the herb. Use what you've got. If you don't have either, just kind of close your eyes and do it energetically. Set the intention for what we're doing with the oil or the herb, however you want to work with that. So this is what we're gonna, and a paper and pen. Did I remember that? I always leave my pens here, so I would be surprised if I don't have a pen. Or I got my stuff ready this morning and did leave my pen thinking that I always have one. Before I think I've got to hop over and grab one, let's check here. You guys, I need an assistant. Okay. Let me grab my pen quick. I swear, I'm always in the office looking for pens and I'm like, oh, I left it in the crystal room. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't even bring a pen. Hang on. I'm back. Here's my wet spot where I spilled my water. Oh gosh. Okay, paper and pen. That's it. So with that, let's take a minute to center ourselves. be here now. Whatever to-do list you've got for the day, you can put it aside. It will be there later. Take this 20 minutes or so for you. Let's start with clearing. And just breathe as you clear your space. Inhale that pure white light, life force energy, and exhale what no longer serves you. Liquefy any emotion, any energy that's stuck that you need to release. Jealousy, resentment, anger, grief, anything that you're ready to release. Just close your eyes, give it a color, and physically imagine it liquefying out of your field and blow it into that smoke. If you've got a candle that you always use for ritual, go ahead and light that one. We will light our blue candle during our ceremony. Setting spray or essential oil if you want to anoint with that. And our crystals all over. Okay. I do want to, with all the energy, cast a circle and call to the guides and the guardians of the East, the element of air, for new beginnings, eagle's vision. Call to the guides and the guardians of the South, the element of fire, for courage and transformative energy. Call to the guides and the guardians of the West, the element of water, for compassion, intuition, flow. I call to the guides and the guardians of the North, the element of earth, for protection, stability, and grounding. Okay, so with that, let's start with our candle. I will move y'all so you can see in just a minute. But we've done this a few times. Now where did I? I literally had, here it is, under my paper. I had my little coaster to set my candle on. Remember, if you're new here, when you want to like stabilize a candle, hold a flame underneath till the wax starts to melt. Over top of the surface, you're going to set your candle on. And once it's dripping a bit, somehow mine's crooked, but that's okay. Once it's dripping a bit, just hold it till the wax hardens, and then you'll have a nice stable base for your candle. You won't have to worry about it falling over. Now we're going to light our candles and repeat a mantra. This candle, remember, we've brought the candle in for that water energy, whether it's blue or white. It's like water energy, clarity, release, reflection, that type of energy that we're bringing from the candle. So go ahead and actually, I think I'll go ahead and let you guys see what's going on first. There we go. So we're going to light our candle and just set our intentions here. Everything's about intention. With this flame, I honor the light that guides me through my emotional depths. I honor the light that guides me through my emotional depths. Now bring in your bowl of water. And with your hands over your water, let's charge it with intention. Here I want the water to carry your emotions. Carry the emotions, the patterns, the memories, anything you're ready to release. Let your tears, your breath, your words, whatever we're going to release, let's let it merge with the water. This is an offering of truth. So I'm going to drum for a little bit just to help you kind of drop in. We'll just take a minute to call to mind, what are those emotions? What are those patterns? What are those memories you need to release? Whisper those, I'd actually like pull that water bowl up to your breath and let your breath whisper those emotions, those patterns, those old energies that you're ready to release. Speak it and let your breath merge with that water. Okay, now we're gonna put our bowl of water, once you've like charged it with your intentions, what you're ready to release, your offering of truth. We're gonna place our crystals in a triangle pattern around that water. We're gonna put moonstone at the top, and this is to bring more peace and flow. Labradorite at one corner on the bottom, for intuitive light, intuitive wisdom, and rose quartz for healing and love. And so we're gonna go ahead, if you're in Cowgirl Roots, you know all about how we activate crystal grids. We're gonna do, this isn't a grid, but I do want to connect our crystals with a double terminated wand or your finger, just so that we have a triangular web of energy around that water that's holding the energy of what we're wanting to release. So to activate, you can use a double terminated wand. If you're not in Cowgirl Roots, you don't quite know this, but it's 2 points would be double terminated. Or you can just use your finger. If you don't have that, that's fine too. It's all about your intention. And really what we're doing, we're just calling down bright white life force energy, channeling it either through the wand or through your finger to connect our triangle so that we've got this white light kind of like pyramiding up over this water where we're releasing that energy. So let's draw that triangle web, call that white light down, and see it connecting and drawing this triangle of white light energy around the energy that you're releasing with that water. Now let's make it a little bit more concrete. Go ahead and take your paper and pen, and let's take it a step further and write what you've released into that water. Yes, your voice and your breath carries energy. So does your handwriting. So let's take a minute to write those intentions, write what you are releasing, what no longer serves you, what you want to be washed clean of, whether it's memories, a situation, an emotion, whatever it is that we're releasing into this water. Go ahead and take your pen and write that now. As we're calling that, or if you want to be more specific about the breath, about what you put in with your breath, you could go into more detail here. What emotions, what patterns, what situation, what old memories. Take a minute to write down what you were releasing. Let this grand water trine wash it away for you. Maybe it's something you've been working on releasing and you just haven't been able to yet. It's big energy in the sky right now. I'm writing mine down quick. Thanks for your patience. All right. So now we're going to fold our paper and we're going to fold it away from us 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And remember, we've connected those crystals and made this pyramid of energy over this water that's already been charged with our intention. And we're gonna dip our paper. I've got a big paper for my bowl, but that's okay. Dip your paper in the water because the water is where you're gonna release that heavy emotion. Just imagine water just washing that away for you. Imagine that water, like the flow of a river, just carrying those emotions away, carrying those memories away, carrying that situation away for you. Actually, I'm going to keep mine in the water. I was originally thinking that we're going to like pull it out and let it dry with our candle, but I'm going to leave it in the water. I'm going to leave it in the water with this pyramid set up around it and while my candle burns. So I don't know, those take like what, 20-30 minutes for those little candles to burn. I'm going to leave this all set here and let that burn. All right, let's go ahead and close with a blessing. Your left hand over your heart and your right hand over the water. I flow with my emotions as rivers of truth. What was once heavy now becomes holy. And feel into that energy. I flow with my emotions as rivers of truth. What was once heavy now becomes holy. Now is where we're going to transform. That's why I want to pull that out. We're going to transmute that energy. So pull your paper, set it by your candle, and we're going to add your essential oil. I want you to call to mind what you are replacing, what type of energy you want to fill that void with. Now that we've released, how are we going to fill that energetic void in our field? So if you released anger, are you filling it with compassion? If you released a traumatic memory, are you filling it with the positive ones that you have? If you've released a past situation that was scary, are you remembering a situation that brought you peace? So we're just coming up with the energy, bringing those to mind that we want to transmute that to. Would it be helpful? Is it helpful to take a minute to call those to mind? And it doesn't have to be 3. I release 3 things. So I'm replacing with 3 things. And so I'm going to do 3 drops. But what are you going to replace? What peaceful memory are you bringing back into your mind? What positive emotions are you bringing back to your field? What kind of compassion are you reclaiming? And as you've got those called into your mind's eye, drop a drop for each. My lavender is not dropping. That's okay. I'll pull my lid off and then it will. Oh, it's just about gone, that's why. All right, what am I replacing? With grace in my heart and harm to none, this prayer is sealed, this work is done. All right, and with that, I'm going to leave my wet paper with what I'm releasing with that candle while that candle burns down, 15, 20 minutes or so. Watch it because it is paper, it's wet, it should be fine, but don't burn your house down over it. I'm going to leave that while that candle burns down. And then I'm going to add that paper to my sacred ash jar that I bury at the dark moon each cycle. And with my water, I'll return this to the earth as an offering. I've infused it with the positive emotions that I'm bringing back into my field. So now I consider it, we've transmuted into an offering. We're releasing here on the paper, and we're calling in now with our water bowl. So I'll leave it all sit here together while the candle burns down, release the water to the earth, and release the paper to the ash jar to be buried into the earth. I hope that makes sense. All right, I just jotted down a couple journal prompts too, if you want to reflect more on this later or take some time to reflect now. What emotions been asking to be felt more deeply? So maybe this brought to light some emotions that you've kind of been like burying. What came to surface that you really need to be feeling into? Where in life are you ready to surrender control and trust the flow? That may be something that you're feeling over the past few days and today. With this water energy in the sky, you might be thinking and feeling into like, where do you need to surrender control and kind of let divine guidance take the reins. Jesus, take the wheel, dude. And what does emotional freedom look like to you right now? So any or all of those journal prompts would just be a good way to reflect later on ritual. And the more that you journal about your experiences and emotions and then look back at those, that's how you really learn to see the patterns and how to integrate these practices into daily life. So with so much love and gratitude, thanks for being here. Let's release our circle, release the guides and guardians. I release and give thanks to the guides and guardians of the North for being here with their grounding energy. I release and give thanks to the guides and the guardians of the West for their compassion. I release and give thanks to the guides and the guardians of the South for their transformation. And I release and give thanks to the guides and the guardians of the East for their clarity. Thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you in school.